working with today. You seen my videos. I've done 4 or 5 Cerakote videos, and the guys at Cerakote seem to like it. Maybe even loved it. I don't know. But they wanted to team up with us today. They sent me out some product. They didn't pay me to say none of this stuff because you saw my torture test. That was all on my own, out of my pocket. But anyway, they teamed up with us and sent us out another pint of burnt bronze, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. Y'all going to be excited because y'all going to want to do it too. Here we go. All right, guys. Here's our test subject today. This is an old American torque thrust, full polished. Been around the block a good bit. It's got places on the lips and stuff. It's kind of like something you'd pick up swap meet or something, but I mean, granted, I'm an American guy. These things here are the hot rod look. That's what we like, but everybody has these right here. They look just like this, which is not bad. But in the world of as many cars as out there now, and you want to be custom and stand out on your own and have some high-tech looking stuff, I'm here to show you today how to have some high-tech looking stuff for not a lot of money. So let me show you what we're going to do. First off, we're going to go over most of the tools that you're going to need for this job. You're going to need a bunch of tape. Definitely going to need some duct tape here. Got to have it, because what we're going to do is we're going to leave this lip from right in here out. It's going to stay polished. And we're going to mask up the back because the inside of these are actually polished too. And we're going to mask that up. And the center of this is going to be, you guessed it, good old C148 burnt bronze, air cured. You ain't got to have no oven for this. One thing I like about the new balls that they got on here that the old ones don't have is they got the air cure actually on here. Both of these are air cured, but this is one of the new bottles here, and it actually shows the air cure on it. So that's pretty cool. But we're going to use the old one that we had, and we're going to use this for another project. But right now, we're going to have to put her in the old shaker. She's about, you can't see it. Let me see if I can get my old flashy light behind it. You can see how much is in it. It's about a half a, that's a little over half. We may mark it on here. I want to see how much it actually takes to do this. And also, they sent me one of their little color things. I think there's 40 or so. Y'all correct me down in the comments below if they're different. I think there's 40 some here. This is all their colors. They got some rad colors here, guys. That cobalt there, I love that cobalt. It almost looks like magnesium. Let's see, I think this is the one we shot. No, we did titanium. Well, anyway, check out all these rad colors they got, guys. Man, they got some really cool. I like that gunmetal gray there. That's pretty cool. And they got the little QR code back here. You can just scan and go right to it. But man, I'll show you one of my colors I'm going to get from them. I like the old Hunter orange because it's pretty close to Chevrolet orange. We're going to do a block with it. Let's see, we got jet blacks all wrote on the back. Stoplight red. Boy, ain't that a cool color. Here's our old burnt bronze. Those go together so good. Got white, blue flame. I mean, they got some really rad colors. These are all air cured colors here. You don't need it. Ooh, I like the purple. Okay, squirrel. Anyways, I'm gonna link everything in the description box below that we're using in here, like the MAP gas and the Cerakote and all this. The paint guns we're gonna use. I didn't bring my paint guns out. You've seen them before, but I'll show them to you again. I'm gonna use a little touch-up gun. I think it's got a 1.0 tip. Pretty small. That's what I like. You don't have to put a whole lot of Cerakote on here. It's not a real thick build or anything like that. But I will say, you don't have to blast it. I'm going to blast this one, but you don't have to blast. You can get in here with the 80 and DA all this up, tape it all up good around here. And here's where it's going to be tough. But to get that really good satin even finish, that's what the purpose of the blasting is. So if you can get, it's supposed to be like an 80 grit blast. If you can get the blast in there and just give it a good even blast around here, you're going to have that cool, silky, high-tech look. So we're going to use some good old O'Reilly's. Did you roll off this table? That thing was running my singing that bad, the wheel rolled away from me. Anyway, this is some of my favorite stuff. You use acetone, and this has got acetone and stuff in it. We're going to clean the wheel up the best we can, and then we're going to take the MAP gas torch, we're going to run over it. And I know it's not pulling all the moisture out, it's a little condensation, but the main purpose of bringing it up to temperature is to boil any impurities out of it. One thing with Cerakote is it needs to be clean as a bean. It has to be perfectly clean. But I mean, if you paint anything anyway, needs to be clean anyhow. So just make sure you get it clean. You can go over it 2 or 3 times, especially like this. This is the old used wheel. It's probably got, you know, Armor All splattered off the tires on it and just all kind of ooey gooey junk. So we're gonna clean her up real good and then we're gonna get to blasting. So yeah, except for the paint gun, right here is gonna be all the stuff you're gonna need. I'm gonna drop the links below in the description box below. Some of this stuff's gonna come off my Amazon affiliated link. It don't cost you guys any extra, but it helps the channel out a wee little bit. And it just gives you a place y'all can just go through there and click and buy all the stuff up. Yeah, we're gonna link everything we use. Also, we're gonna link a paint gun setup too. I'm gonna go get it here in a minute. I'm just gonna use one of the Velva sets, finish line sets that Daddy bought me. It's been 30 years ago, somewhere around there, 30 some years ago, I think. Anyway, it still works great. I love it, and it gets the job done, and I'm still using it. That goes to show you guys, if you clean your stuff, it'll last forever. So clean your guns, don't just squirt and run lacquer thinner through it and say that's clean. I take them apart between every different, you know, if I go from a primer to a base coat to a clear, whatever, and at the end, I take them apart and totally clean them, wipe the needles clean, you know, clean. Well, they last a long time because they ain't cheap. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab the old wheel, put her down here in the floor so I can, very easily so I don't scratch it. So I can saturate her real good with some good old brake clean. If you're wondering, that's a 5-on-4.5 Ford style pattern, 15 by 6. 6-inch wide, don't know the backspace, but anyhow, we just gonna saturate this thing really good. We'll just let her eat there for a little bit and get our old standby shop towels here. And before it evaporates off, we're going to wipe it. Look at that. See how dirty that is? The hardest part spraying these right here is going to be down in these little places where the lug nuts go. It's going to be a little tough, but we're going to try it. I'm going to show you how to get your gun set and set up really good, and because we'll turn it down a little. We'll probably do this section here first. All truthfulness, so we don't miss none of it. Because you don't want to go do the outside and get your good finish that you want and the correct amount of mils and all that stuff. Then go back here and try to blow, and it'll look dry sprayed and all that stuff. Now, before you go and use the old MAP gas over there, you need to let this stuff back. Look how nasty that is, guys. Now, it didn't look that dirty, did it? So what we're going to do is we're going to keep most out around these lugs, but we're going to keep going over this till it's pretty near clean as we can get. You can see how much that lip held, so be careful when you doing the old MAP gas. You don't want to go kablooey in your face. Alright, we're gonna go do one more round. There might be anise down in there where people's put. You just want to get her. It'd be nice if you had a tank, you could just set it in some acetone and let it soak, but I don't. And most of you guys don't, so I like to give you the old down and dirty backwoods shop treatment here, because I don't have all that stuff. Although I would like to have a tank where I could soak stuff in, because I really like this stuff, guys. I'm gonna tell you the reason that I really like this stuff. Being a painter for 20 plus years, this is one product. Now, is it good for everything? Probably. But if you're doing, you know, normal paint, and I really want to paint a car with this stuff. I ain't figured out how to yet, but I really do. So I may buy me a new fender from AMD or something, and we'll strip it and DA it and see what it looks like. We'll do a spray out on it, see how it does. I think it'd be really cool, because this stuff's pretty indestructible. But as I was saying, when you're painting cars, you got your epoxy primer, you got your high build primer, you got your base coat, you got your sealer, you got your clear. All in products. If you want this look here, it's one. Direct to metal, no epoxies, no nothing. I mean, guys, how great's that? 'Cause, 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 Let her eat. Once I bought some of this stuff and found out how easy it was, you just gotta follow it. It has to be clean. Like here, I'm getting all the aluminum polish and stuff that's on here, which I'm not coating it, but you want to get your surrounding areas clean. But we're going to do like from here out to here. So this whole section here is going to be that burnt bronze. Man, it's going to look so rad. Now, I hadn't tried to take any of this stuff off yet. I'm sacrificing my, this is actually an American made sacrificing this for you guys. But I think it'll be fine. I think you can blast this stuff off if you want to change it. But probably what I'm going to do, I don't know, I'll probably just leave this burnt bronze because I really like burnt bronze. It's my favorite. But I wouldn't mind putting that cobalt on a set of centers of the wheels. Make them look magnesium. Alright, let's lean her up and let her run out. They let her lay down like that. We'll just wipe the back of them. Yeah, you can see. These are from USA. These are the back sides I'm going to tape up so we don't get nothing on them. Yeah, these are some old ones here. You ain't finding them like this anymore. How can you put American Racing on the back of cut? How can you put Made in China on the back of American Racing? I don't know. Just kind of blows my mind, folks. Anyhow, let's get this unit up here. Pretty good, don't she? After she cleaned up with some, I would never thought putting brake clean on them. I'd have been like, I don't want to mess them up, but looks pretty good here. So we're gonna lay them down. Throw all my rags away. First off, I'm gonna sop up all this stuff. Let's sop it all up like a biscuit and gravy. And I'm gonna hooch it over here. I know on boiled linseed oil you ain't supposed to put it in because it can catch on fire, but I don't trust it. I let my lacquer thinner rags lay on the floor and dry out before I throw them away. Just to see. So now, get my little blow off gun. I'm gonna make sure we get all this stuff blowed out of here so it don't go kablooey. But if it does, you're gonna see it on film. Alright, I think she's good and dried off. One more rag and just run around and check her because we'll get all that off before we heat it. Make sure you don't touch none of this with your bare hands at this point. We're trying to be safe here and not get no grease on it. When they're good and clean, dry. Probably should have gloves on, but I don't. All right, now we're gonna move the brake clean out of the way. Now I like to use the MAP gas because it gets hotter. I'm gonna put you a link to the old Amazon on there. So you just crack this valve open. Moisture out, any kind of grease or anything in there. So I don't get ooey gooeys off the old quack quack tape here, regular old duct tape, I'm gonna put a layer of this regular masking tape underneath it, then put the duct tape anywhere you're getting close to sandblasting. Do a layer or two of duct tape and it won't penetrate it. 2 layers is best. So right here in the area we're gonna be blasting, and maybe on the back side of the spokes is where I'm gonna do the duct tape at, and then we'll layer masking tape on everything else, especially on the edges, because throwing it down that blast cabinet, that old grating and stuff, it'll scratch the lip of the wheels up pretty bad. So we may double layer it on the lip here with the old duct tape, but we're gonna let her cool down a little bit. She's up there pretty good. I'd say a couple 100 degrees right now, and we'll be back. All right, you can use, the blue tape, whatever, it don't matter. I like this yellow masking tape, the 3M stuff. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stick it down in that little groove right there that they left us. That was so nice to leave us. And the good thing is so we're gonna come down through here with this all the way around with the masking tape. Then we're gonna come back with I'm gonna probably do a layer, because I'm not gonna, oh come on Beavis, work with me. There we go. Because I'm not gonna dump a whole lot on here. And I'm not gonna hog down on my blasting either. I'm gonna try to be a little easy on it. We just want where we blast down in there, because you don't want nothing flaking here. You want this stuff to stay. I wouldn't mind getting into some powder coating too. That looks fun. I like any kind of coating stuff. It's just, I don't know, a whole lot of instant gratification when you get done. I saw some of these big old jacked up trucks and stuff. They putting them big old 28s and stuff on. All custom powder coating. That just looks fun to me. And being a painter, custom painter for years, I just like unique stuff. Got a good gap in here. I like it having that little gap there, so you ain't got to worry about it peeling up when you undo your masking tape. After the blasting, we won't have to do so much of this crazy taping here. Got us some chromes. That is tape chrome here. Boy, look at that. That duct tape chrome on here. Yeah, this layer here is basically just to protect that edge from scratching all the pieces when we blast it. All right, white tidy, there we go. That all stuck down. Look at that. Now we're gonna flip her over. I'm gonna come right here at this weld and tape back this way, just because it's gonna blow through, and this has got the polished lip on the back. And well, we'll go right here on the weld. How about that? I'm going right here at the edge of the wheel, actually. Once it's blasted, it takes a while to get back. We're probably just going to regular masking tape the rest of us. We're going to be blowing right out right here. I just don't want to. All right. Now, we're going to blue tape the rest of the lip here. Then that back lip we'll double tape with duct tape up on the edge, because this, we're not going to flip. This back's going to be down on the. We are masked it up. We are ready to go. Y'all couldn't hear me, but Daddy helped me put some new plexiglass on here so you guys can see it. So this is just the regular old black, cheap as you can get. I guess it's like a silica, that black diamond stuff, whatever you get like from Northern and Harbor Freight and stuff like that. It's not the aluminum oxide or garnet or anything, but it's pretty clay. It don't last as long, but it's cheap. I'm cheap, so I'm gonna flip the switch back on, get the blasting. I'm gonna throw y'all some nice music on so you ain't gotta listen to this back system. Here we go. Alright guys, I'm gonna put me some gloves on at this point. Definitely don't want to get no greasy fingerprints on that nicely blasted. That looks pretty good though, don't it? Check it out. Especially when we untape it. I'm gonna blow some of this off real quick. Got all I could in there, but that thing don't blow as good as this little one does. So. Right, we're gonna, if you tape them all in one direction instead of going back, forth, it's easy to undo. Throw that in the floor, we'll get that later. Make sure you don't wipe any of the wheel off at this point with your hand. Just blow it off because it's got that grit in it and you will scratch the hootenanny out of it. Still left a little bit of duct tape goo on there. I think it looks cool eating like that. Now CERAKOTE does make a air dry, a gloss and a matte clear. I really want to try. I've saw guys use it on full polished wheels. You don't blast it. And I've heard tell that stuff, it's like not even on them polished wheels. It's almost like chrome wheels. Because once you put that clear on them, you never have to polish them again. They stay looking brand new all the time for years. So we're liable to test that. You know me, I'm going to test it. We may do some of that clear on some other stuff. That'd be good if you got this finished here and then come back and polished your lip really good and got some of the high gloss. Because on the high gloss, you put high gloss on polished, you put matte like on a brush or something. Finish. But I got a lot of different ideas I want to use for this CERAKOTE stuff because they got there's a silver and I can't remember what color it is, but if you do it, it kind of looks like this because if you put clear on aluminum, it darkens. It don't keep looking this way, even with a matte clear. Come on, babies. There you go. I'll do it. I ain't scared. Untake this. Ah. Have to get it blowed off really, really good. And there's the edge where it'll fall off on the ground instead of on the table. Gritty, crunchy stuff. Keep the blade off. All right, let's see if this old quack tape will come off all the way around. Yeah. Well, spoke too soon. See where I boogered there? I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There's a bare spot right there. This wheel don't matter, but got to hurry. Missed the spot and it blew right through there and put a little hazy spot right there. So now we're going to pour off good. Get some more wax and grease remover. Fall off that table, meaning you're going to be fighting. Now the front side, we're just gonna probably blow it off. Man, that old duct tape there, it made a mess. Get this stuff out of here. Might want to blow back up in there. Front side you probably ain't wanting to touch. Sometimes I'll soak it with I may do it anyway. We're gonna run some brake clean over top of it, then we'll heat her off one more time and look at that. I'm just trying to get all this dust and stuff. More tape somewhere. Want her clean as she can be. That's why I'm gonna wash it down. I never do like to. Yeah, she was nasty. All right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wash her down with brake clean one more time. I just don't like putting, I know you blow them off, and I need to blow it off again. Especially down that crevasse right there. But I just don't like leaving a dust layer on top of this, because even if you blast it, blow off, it's still a dust layer. So see what happens when if you was to clear this aluminum. That's what it looked like. But still much better now. Boy, she looking good, ain't she? Nice. All right, guys, we're gonna cook her off one more time. Get all explosives out of the way. Wax and grease really ain't explosive, but we'll move it. Not gonna do it as much. We're just gonna make sure we got all of it baked off. We don't want none of it running out. All right, guys, it's about to get exciting here. Now it's time to do the little tapey tape here. We're gonna do it the same way. We're just gonna go down in the little crevasse. We ain't gotta use duct tape this time. We'll use that old, I know, guys, I need to wear gloves. I'm gonna try extra hard not to touch that, but I cannot tape with gloves on. Matter of fact, I'm going to stand it up. It may be a little easier. Makes it a little bit easier. Keep me from touching that lip any. The fun's about to begin. Front's almost done, guys. We fixing to mix her up and shoot her. Right. I should have done it to start with. All right, guys, finally. She's all taped up. Whew. All right, guys, she's all taped up, ready to spray. I'm gonna get my respirator and we'll knock this little unit out. It won't take near as long as you think, guys. I'm gonna show you how to start out with the pressure really small. We're gonna go in here and get our detail areas. We'll go inside the little indentions there and go around this lip. All right, guys, I will say that one of the tools that you gotta have, not really, yeah you do. Of course, the old Shake Master 4000. Check that out. It's got a little logo in the back and everything. These are available only are these available at www.acdesignsgarage.com. Also, the hats, the shirts, Death Before Electric. You know the drill. So if y'all want to help the channel out, make sure you head on over there and scoop you up one of these Shake Master 4000s, because that's the only way to shake Cerakote, son. What we're going to open this here little clamp. I've been doing a bunch of spray paint shaking with it, and that Cerakote's just a wee bit bigger. Okay, a lot wee bit bigger, but it'll accommodate it. Make sure you want to go check out any other YouTubers that are using these things. My buddy Kevin Tate's over at Paintucation. He uses one. He uses it all the time. Evidently it works, because he ain't told me any different. And also my buddy down in Texas at More Motorsport Garage, go check him out too. A lot of us do this for a living, and if you go support your YouTubers y'all enjoy watching instead of regular old TV, they'd appreciate it. Tell them Adrian at AC Designs Garage sent you. All right, you don't want to hog it down too. Get her in there real good. Then you just pull the trigger. Sometimes you can act like you're John Rambo. If you grew up in the 80s, you know who that is. I think that's shook. These little thing works great, and I'll link one of these little one-handed sawzall things. Man, these things are so nice. So loosen this unit up. I put Kevin and More Motorsports Garage link down below if y'all want to check them out. They do a lot of cool stuff. Go support them. Support people that support us. All right, guys, I should have done this before I shook it up. I want to see where it's at. I want to mark it so I know how much we've used, so you can see it right there. I'm gonna mark it right here on the side where it's at, and well, how much we use. I don't think it may take a full cup, which I say a full cup. I'll show you this. I'll show you my old ancient kit that I got for my birthday one year. It's the old Finish Line DeVelvis. Get away. I know y'all saw these kits right here that work great. They got a little touch-up gun. That's what we're going to be using. I think it's got a 1.0 tip on it. It don't say. But it's just a little one. It's got the wee little cup too. So, you're going to want to strain it. I use 100 micron strainers. These little guns here, I use these for drop shadows on flames and stuff like that. If you want to make stuff 3D looking like it's popping off the stuff. I also use a little, you can get these, I'll link some of these, but I get these at Harbor Freight or Amazon sometimes. Little water separators. All right, so put my gun up here. Get my 100 micron filter. I'm gonna tell you with these, if you just set it down here and gush it in there, you see this, it's gonna run out the side. So it's a 14-handed trick. I hold mine up and pour it here till I see where it's getting where I want it. I'm probably gonna want it right here. It's already shaking up. Yeah. And when you open this stuff, I always blow it off because see it gets little crusties. So this is how I do it. Just pour it in here. I'm gonna call that good right there. I'm gonna let that finish dripping in here. Always put your lid back on your gun up here because you don't want it knocking off. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna set my gun up. When I have my gun, this is just my basic setups. I'll pull the trigger all the way in and I'll run this in. This is your fluid. Paint or Cerakote goes through it. What I do is I pull my trigger all the way back without nothing in it, and I run that in right there till I feel it bump that thing, and that's where I leave it. That's why I paint all the time. If you're painting normal, you run your fan all the way back, because your fan is how wide it goes. But we're gonna set it up first to get into the little crevasses. So we're not gonna mess with our fluid much, because it's a variable trigger. The further you pull it, more it is. I'm gonna run my air pressure down, and I'm gonna run this top one all the way in, so it brings it to a circle. Hear how loud it got that time? You can run your air pressure down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna barely pull. See how you can just, it'll actually do a little, if you barely pull it, it'll get tight areas. Like right here's your spray pattern. Now when you do that, we'll run it up for wider. You open that, you open that up. Open a little more, it gets bigger. So that's basically it. So first we're gonna turn the pressure down. Go ahead and run your top one all the way in. And you can play with it. You can barely pull, see I'm barely pulling the trigger. Or you can hog it on like that if you want to. That's why it's a variable speed. You just work with your trigger pulls. And also guys, make sure you got a good respirator on. You don't want to breathe this. I'm wearing gloves. And if I was spraying a lot of this stuff in an area, I'd probably need a long sleeve shirt on. I just don't have one down here, and I'm running out of time. I know that's not an excuse, but hey, I got gloves on. And keep your little rag here for when you lean it over, it don't spill down in there. So here we go. First off, put your respirator up. We're gonna work in the tight areas like the little around the edge. And try not to put it on too thick. That's spurted out, didn't it? I'm gonna dab in before it got. It'll be okay. We're gonna let that dry. That's why a lot of times, you can see where it's doing that. A lot of times you can take a rag like this, put on it, tape over it. I usually do where it don't do that. But we're on the first coat, so it shouldn't matter too much. We're gonna let this tack down in here is the hardest parts to get to. We're just gonna keep getting it the best we can, then we'll just do a good flood coat over all of it. I'm gonna tape that thing. All right, we're gonna do a flood coat on the rest of it. We're just gonna open the fan up just a little bit. right, guys, that's looking pretty good. Even though we had a boo-boo, don't freak out, because you're going to have boo-boos when you're painting. Stuff's just going to happen. Just dab it up, come back, one more coat, it'll be disappeared, and you guys ain't got to worry about it. Yeah, let's take a gander at her real quick, but that CERAKOTE stuff, it's cool. It looks real high-tech. It'll make a low-tech redneck like me look like a high-tech redneck. So let's take a look. This is one coat. She's gonna need a little bit more, but probably just one more coat. Check out that look. That is a rad, and it's gonna dye back real good. We might get it on out here in the sunshine. We're just gonna let her bake a little bit. If you can look on this side where it's already drying, it'll have a sheen. It's just got that real cool look to it. We got down in here pretty good. Don't fret, guys, and worry about getting 1000%, because if you don't watch, you'll get it too heavy in here trying to get this wall. You can cut the pressure down and get in there best you can, but just do the best you can. Don't ruin your whole job over it. Like my boo-boos, but see, there, you don't even see them now. So we're gonna set this thing out here in the sunshine, let her tack put. All right, guys, we're gonna put our last coat. I'm gonna turn the air up just a little bit more. She's on the big wide fan pattern, and we're just gonna dust it around. It's pretty good. Ooh, she looking good, boy. I think that's it, guys. Alright, guys, make sure y'all drop below if y'all want to see anything else CERAKOTED. We're going to come back probably tomorrow and check this unit out after it dies back. We'll untape it and get some good photos of it. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to see CERAKOTED, this stuff is good up to like 1800 degrees. It's UV stable. It can sit outside. It ain't going to chalk up. It's chemical resistant. This is bad stuff. And it works great and looks great. You guys should try it. Make sure you head on over to CERAKOTE if you want to tell them that you want to see any more videos from this crazy redneck over here at AC Designs Garage. And but anyhow, let me show you how far this stuff goes, guys. Now, can't do this. I only got one hand, so I'm gonna show you what I used to do. Probably 3 coats on that. Look, I didn't use a quarter of that. All right, guys, what I do after I rinse it out the best I can. Let me get my gloves on. Is we're going to want to take this thing completely apart. I'm going to take the regulator off, and then you're going to take the air cap off. Just drop it down in there. You're going to take your fluid off. I don't ever put the spring unless it's dirty. You take this little piece right here off, pull the trigger back. There's your spring in that. I'll just sit it over here. Pull your needle out. Sit it in there. I'm gonna wipe this off. See, if you'd have rinsed it out, all this is still in there. I'm gonna clean this up just so it don't muddy up my stuff too bad. Take the lid off so it'll get down in here. Next, now usually in your boxes or your kit guns that you get, they come with a wrench that fits the tip here. I even take the tip out like this. This is how far I go. Drop it in there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it upside down in here. And I'm gonna get the plastic pieces or whatever it's made of. We're gonna get them cleaned up first because you don't want them staying too long. But I use these little pipe cleaner things I get. We'll link some of these below. And you just go in here and you just make sure you clean it up and dunk it in and clean her up like that. Get me some of them rags, they work good too. Wipe them out on the inside and everything. That's how you make them last 30 years, guys. Clean the threads up. I'm going to twist this up on the end and run it down in there like that and get all that out of it and rinse her one more time, and that piece there is done. Now we'll get the lid. Get these little chip cord brushes too. You got to clean down in that little crevasse there. Clean the top of it good, dry her out. Make sure this bent hole on top's good and clear. It is. Take and fold this, put it down in there. Let this stuff build up, you'll never get them clean. You'll get trash and stuff in them. Now, cup is done, so we're gonna put it back in its home. I'm gonna shake this around with the gun a little bit. Then we're gonna get our, it's really easy, guys, it don't take long. We're just gonna clean everything out, clean everywhere that the paint goes. And then I even cleaned the outside last to make sure there ain't nothing on it. This gun's been used hundreds of times. Maybe, I don't know, maybe thousands of times, I don't know. It's been used a lot. Everywhere that the paint goes, make sure you clean it good. Dunk it. Wash everything down real nicely. Take your clean rag and looks good and clean down in there in the threads. It's good and clean. All right, that's dry. So next we'll come to our little tip thing here, cap, whatever you call it. They got names for all this stuff. I call it a tip. First run the little thing in there and clean that out good. Brushed outside, dry her off. Rinse, repeat. All this is the same. Look up in the sky. Looks clean to me. Go ahead and run this down. You ain't got to hog it on, guys. You just want the seat. I always put my tip on first. You just a little ugga-dug there. Needle's pretty easy to clean. It ain't gonna be anything weird. Just wipe it off like that. Run it back down in there. Now here's where I was talking about how I set my gun. If you pull it, see how the needle comes all the way back? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this started. Yeah, I started. All right, I'm gonna push in like this, and I'm gonna turn this. Right there, it stopped. If I do any more, it's gonna start pushing that out. That's where I set mine. I use wide open. That's how you're supposed to set them. You run your fan all the way back, and that's pretty much it. We'll get the air cap here. Now it's got some little holes here in the end. You need to just kind of make sure they're good and clean. This little one's hard to hold. Make sure ain't no places in there. All that's good and clean. Blow it out. Hold it up to the light, make sure you can see through it. And voila, you got a clean paint gun. It's gonna last you your lifetime. And these things wasn't that expensive. But I treat cheaper guns just like I do a $1,000 paint gun. So that's ready to go. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, that's an old cheap gun. This gun here is very special to me. It means a lot to me, so that's what it gets. Put your tools back in the case. It come with right there. Is that everything? And clean your mess up, and that's it, guys. Let's go look at this thing real quick. We may be able to tape before we go to the house. I was hoping so. Whew, she is looking good. Yeah, edge there's still just a little tack. So we're gonna leave this till tomorrow, and we'll come down here and untape her. It does look good though. Whew. All right, guys, till tomorrow. What's up, guys? It's the next morning, and we're gonna untape this thing, and man, she be looking good. That stuff dyed back exactly perfect the way I like it. It's got just a little satin sheen to it, so I'm gonna get you guys spunked around to see it, and we can untape this unit. Check it out. That looks so good and clean. Just, I don't know, it's got this really cool professional look to it. And this is just off of some swap meet wheel here. I mean, this thing, guys, y'all can make money with this right here. Just buy you up a set of wheels that may be tarnished in the center or something like that, and you can blast it up and put it on there, put them for sale, make you a couple $100 or something. It's a way to make a little bit of money, or if you just want to revamp your old wheels up. So let's get this stuff untaped and really see how she looks. All right, we're gonna see how you guys can see it good. Cut. All right, guys, we're gonna get this untaped here. One thing I like about the old blue tape here, it does untape really easily. Maybe, you know what? I am gonna untape the back side first. That way we ain't scratching the front lip up when we set it down. So we'll just I'm just going to use some spray away glass cleaner, put a little on this, and get rid of some of these old fingerprints and stuff off here. All right, guys, that is looking tough right there. I like it. Now that looks like a set of high-end wheels that you up to date, especially on like your pro touring cars and stuff. If that was on like a 18 or something like that, you'd have a brand new looking set of wheels for next to nothing. Like I said, we didn't use a quarter of that pint. You could probably do, if you get it right, you may be able to get 2 sets of wheels out of it. I don't know. We only used a quarter up to do this one. Easily, probably a cut. So for 90 bucks, you can probably add, you know, $100 a wheel in value to it. And plus, you got you a new set of wheels. If you're tired of looking at your old wheels that don't look as good as they used to, make them look snazzy and high tech with a little bit of CERAKOTE. We're gonna get this stuff out in the old sunshine out there and really see how she looks. All right, guys, I'm gonna sneak up on this thing and I'm gonna let you see what it looks like out in the sunshine. Kabam! I'll get out of the shadows. Check that out, guys. Does that not look killer? I mean, that looks like a high-tech racing wheel right there. And it's just a regular old polished torque thrust. And I like it. It looks so good. That nice matte look against that super shiny polished lip. I guarantee you I'm gonna have something with a set of these on it for sure. And that's trick looking. Also, guys, I'd like to give a shout out to CERAKOTE for sending me out this burnt bronze to try out on these wheels. I really appreciate it, guys. Man, I can't get over how much transformation there is from, I mean, those regular polished wheels look fine, but man, does these burnt bronze CERAKOTE wheels just look killer. I know I've said that a bunch, but it really does look good. All right, guys, hope y'all enjoyed that video on jazzing, snazzing up, whatever you want to call it, to these old tired torque thrust here. Gorgeous looking wheel, beautiful design. It'll never go out of style, but we just put our own little touch on it, and you're not going to look like everybody else at the cruise in. They could be like, where'd you get them wheels? Be like, I did it. They could be like, how much you charge me? See, chance for you guys to make a little bit of money. But I'm gonna spin it around one more time and let you look at all the glory of this American torque thrust here and the good old CERAKOTE burnt bronze C148 air dry series. Sure enough, look at that. Set of flat centers in that thing, polished flat centers with a set of nice chrome lug nuts will even all the polish and the burnt bronze out. Man, it'd look good. And a special shout out to the guys at CERAKOTE for sending me this. I really appreciate it, guys. Love working with you. Love your product. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to snazz up my set of wheels. Also, I want to thank you guys for all the super thanks and the comments and suggestion on videos. I use all this stuff. I don't know what we're going to do next week, so make sure you stay tuned. Ain't no telling what it's going to be. Also, if you want any of the merch, the hats, the shirts, the Shakemaster 4000s, anything like that, make sure you head on over to www.acdesignsgarage.com. And remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.